Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today for yet another Second Life lifestyle video on something that I find interesting or helpful in some type of way. For those that don't know me, my name is Sandra and I try to cover all things SL from shopping to decor to anything in between. And today I am starting a new video series where I look at creators who brought major attention to Second Life and helped push us beyond normal viewing audience. But before we get started here, let me tell you what Sandra's wearing. It is from Equal 10 and it is from Etherness. It's highlighted right here on the side. Sandra is wearing a reborn body, and Etherness always does a fantastic job with rigging and providing really fun colors and textures. They're just really good in general. Yeah, so I really like this dress a lot. As far as what we're covering today, we are going to be talking about Carmen King, who was already an established creator before Second Life. She covered many video games that I'm not going to be naming all of here in this video, but her main ones that she covered are The Sims and GTA. Carmen did not need Second Life. She chose to cover it. She did not need it to advance her career. She already got a massive amount of views on all of her videos. Without further ado, let's get into talking about Carmen King. Carmen King's style of video is something that was unique to the Second Life platform. Like, people haven't really done this before, and I don't think anyone has really done it since, not to the extent Carmen King did. What she did is she built videos around planned situations, similar to how Cheeto does GTA videos, where you just get a bunch of people in the same place at the same time. No one follows a script. Everyone's just kind of talking off the cuff. The situations are always outrageous, and usually nothing is off limits as far as what people could say or do. It's just all based on improv all the way through. Even if you never played Second Life before, Carmen King still got eyes on them. Partially because Carmen King is very entertaining to watch. Her personality is very engaging. So you never had to play a video game in order to get into the videos that she was making. I wanted to get into her top 5 videos. Now, actually, in Second Life, Carmen made about 30 videos total for Second Life, and they all got really good views. They all got staggeringly high views compared to other Second Life videos and other creators. But we're going to be talking about specifically her top 5 because I want to give you an idea about the numbers that Carmen was pulling in to the platform. It's really important to understand that aspect of it. Her first video was starting Second Life. In this video, she talked about just basics of starting the platform and things. She released this video in September of 2020. I know, the time goes by super fast, right? Because I remember when she dropped this video. Carmen got over 350,000 views on this video. She got over 350,000 eyes on Second Life through this one single drop of this video. Amazing. The second video she made was going on a VIP girls trip in New York City. It was dropped in December 2020, and she got over 200,000 views on the video. We're going to start noticing a pattern here. We're going to get into it a little bit. And also keep in mind, for this video series, I know creators, especially like Carmen, they cover a lot of different platforms and things. I'm not going to be getting into the other platforms. I might mention something in passing, but the purpose of these videos is to talk about creators that used to cover Second Life that do not anymore. So the primary focus is going to be on the Second Life platform. let's talk about the third video that she released, which was called I'm the Richest Person in Second Life question mark. She got over 190,000 views on that one. So as we could tell a little bit of a pattern happening, the views are getting lesser. Now, the thing with Carmen is that she did bring other people into the platform from her other gaming communities because people that follow her will just watch whatever she produces. So if she was covering GTA or if she was on Twitch covering other games, she was bringing those people into her Second Life videos and they were watching those, and some of those individuals were actually entering into Second Life and getting into that gaming platform. So she was instrumental in recruiting people that may have never known about Second Life or may have never been interested in it, and she was recruiting them over to the Second Life platform. That in itself, it was amazing. Let's go for the number 4 video, a video called Second Life for Dummies. All right, and that video got over 150,000 views. Then another video she released in December 4th, 2020 was My $1,000,000 House. For this video, she got over 150,000 views. Compared to her first video that dropped starting My Second Life, which got over 350,000 views in September 3rd of 2020. December 14th, 2020, it went down to slightly over 150,000 views. So just interesting. I'm not saying if it's good or bad. Obviously, her views are kicking ass. I'm just saying that noticeably you could tell the views are dropping off. That affects if somebody keeps covering the platform or not. That's what I'm saying. That's the bottom line. Okay, so then at one point, Carmen decided to do a collaboration with Mila. Mila had already established Second Life credibility, some tutorials, not a lot, but tutorial-ish type videos. And she had a lot of knowledge about the platform. Mila had been around Second Life, I want to say, over 16 years. Someone could correct me on that, but she's been around a very long time on the platform and just knows and understands how to get things done. And she's created Sims and she's done very complex things. Mila was on top of different things to do in SL, which were from simple all the way to highly complex. In the video Mila and Carmen did together, Carmen brought some entertainment, some chaos, some visibility to Second Life, and hence this is the reason why Mila kind of reached out to Carmen, because Carmen was getting a huge amount of views. So why would you not reach out to that person to try to collaborate? Because usually when things like that happen, both people get more views from it. Carmen helped Mila get more views, and Mila helped Carmen possibly have a little bit more credibility. I'm assuming, all right, but I'm not that far off base. They fed each other's audience. In the mid phase of Carmen's videos, she started doing pregnancy baby arc. Views gradually started to decline. From 100,000, they would drop down to 60,000, 50,000. Still, I want to say still much higher than the normal SL YouTuber gets. Still strong by SL standards, but you could tell audience fatigue was setting in a little bit. And it's not because Carmen, I can't blame her. It's not because she's not entertaining. She's entertaining as hell. And I still was watching some of her old videos the other day. They are still funny as hell. Views did start dropping off, which YouTubers that are doing gaming, they don't ignore information like that. When she saw the drop off, she was probably like, hey, I'm going to move on to something else. Anyway, to move on. As far as the platform side of things, there was no visible outreach to Carmen to make more videos or create a creator spotlight for her or have a formal collaboration. At 60,000 views, at Carmen's lowest view count for Second Life, she was still creating a massive amount of eyes to be on Second Life. I'm just throwing that out there, you guys. It is what it is. Many times we will have these massive creators that are making content for the platform. Then nothing is done to get these people that are creators more engaged as far as creating a creator spotlight, a collaboration. With collaborations, usually there's money involved. Money makes motivation happen. Why does it matter that Linden Lab did not reach out to Carmen and create a more formal type business relationship? It matters because Carmen wasn't just a YouTuber. She was marketing, she was onboarding, she was using relatable videos, all happening without platform support. We really need to chew on that for a minute. This was all happening without any support besides herself doing the promoting. If Linden Lab had acknowledged the Carmen King series and offered support, it could have done many things. It could have refreshed the content direction, extended the arc, retained creator interests. Carmen didn't owe Second Life anything. Linden Lab didn't have to do anything. This is about missed momentum. It's about a missed opportunity. Because we always talk about how to get more people engaged, how to get people more involved in the platform. This was a miss. I think it's just so unfortunate that communication didn't happen between Linden Lab and Carmen King to make it more official. As far as what Carmen King's presence could have meant if it was prolonged, it would have caused more non-SL creators to maybe start experimenting. Like, meaning if you're on Second Life, you see someone cool like Carmen King making content, people might be more apt to be like, hey, I want to make stuff like that too. That looks cool. There might have been TikTok crossover. Who knows? I assume TikTok allows Second Life. See, I'm just not sure. I think it does. If Carmen King continued, new demographics might have entered into Second Life. It would have been a refresh. Anyway, so what made Carmen King's Second Life content different as far as the style of it? As far as I'm concerned, Carmen used a very quick MTV type style editing. There's constant motion. Her public persona is, like I said, it's sexy, raunchy, comedic, self-aware. She's very funny. She's very natural at it too. Just really cool. To me, she's like the female version of Cheeto in GTA. But I really like both of them. I watch Cheeto a lot also. She leaned into what SL already supported. Like, she understood the platform and she leaned into it. So the immediate takeaway is that engagement stayed high for Carmen King's videos. Her audience from other games followed her in the Second Life. She was also talking about Second Life on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, whatever she was on. That cannot be ignored. Again, she was doing that cross-promoting thing. Carmen's audience was so strong and so solid. Her cross-promoting really had some effect. What happened when Carmen King stopped making Second Life videos? Well, this is what happened. The entire ecosystem, the entire situation of social mentions, curiosity, stopped. It just stopped because she's just stopped making the videos. She dropped off. She's never made an official statement about it, but I'm assuming it's because the views started going lower and the powers that be didn't offer her a more formal type content situation. Why this still matters now? This is about pattern recognition. Patterns grow through creators, not ads. Creators are so important. And I know, some platforms do not recognize creators as much as other platforms. We all know what I'm talking about. Entertainment brings people in. Carmen King didn't just play Second Life. She was entertaining, and people liked that. She made it look fun. She made it look socially relevant. People outside Second Life were interested. It was bringing people in from outside that Second Life bubble, which is so difficult, if not impossible, to do. That Carmen's exposure or exposing other people to Second Life didn't come from ads, press releases, official promos. It came from her doing what creators do best. She created an engaging video for people to get into. And it wasn't just one video, it was a whole video series. Like I said, she did about 30 of them. Platforms usually don't feel it right away. They feel it like years later. When the growth stops, no one can quite explain why. It's very difficult for people to like kind of put their finger on, well, what happened? Why was the engagement high here, but it's low here? And it's worth paying attention to. The definition of crazy is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. The thing is that Carmen King still makes videos. She's not on YouTube anymore, but she still makes videos. She makes them for GTA. It's still possible to reach out to her. It's still possible to get her interested in Second Life again. I'm just throwing it out there. Second Life didn't just lose a creator. They lost someone who knew how to make the platform feel bigger than itself. You guys, thank you so much for joining me here today. I will go ahead and see you next time. Take care. Bye.